Hey, what is up, my geeks and freaks? Big Girl Geek here with a brand new recap and review. And tonight I'm here to recap and review The Flash, Season 5, Episode 19, Snowpack. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, is The Flash back? Or is it just me? Two good episodes in a row? Am I tripping? The drought is over? West Allen actually kissed? What is going on? Let's discuss. Okay, so the episode started off with Iris and Barry having the argument of a lifetime. I mean, this is the first time we have seen Barry and Iris have any real argument of substance since being married, and I was here for it. The emotions were raw. I tweeted this: give Grant and Candace an Emmy. Like, I haven't seen Barry have this much emotion and raw emotion. The tears in both of their eyes. Barry and Iris fighting about Barry making his decision to by himself without consulting Iris to send Nora back to her time. And I honestly agree with Iris more than I agree with Barry. Now, I see both sides of the argument. This is Thawne we're talking about. He has tremendously hurt Barry and changed his life. And Iris said, I'm not upset by her working with Thawne because she sees Nora's side. Nora, you know, felt iced out by her mother, betrayed by her mother. She didn't know her father, and that was in her mind the only logical person to go to. And she was, you know, when she found out the truth, she was scared to tell. But that is still their daughter. You love your family and your daughter more than you hate your enemy. So she was willing to give Nora a second chance, which I don't understand why Barry is being very hypocritical about this, because he has gone to Thawne for help. He has given chance after chance to villains. He, like 5 seconds after Savitar thought he killed Iris, he was talking to Savitar like, come with us, we'll help you. Give Savitar a second chance. Killer Frost and Caitlin has tried to kill everyone on that team multiple times, tried to kill Iris, actively was involved in that plot, never apologized to Barry and Iris, only to Joe, and never apologized to Cecile. And Caitlin is welcome with open arms. She lied about the Philosopher's Stone and got Wally trapped in the Speed Force and is welcome back with open arms. He tried to help regular Cicada 1. Barry's always trying to help someone and always is forgiving of people, but he is so upset with Nora. Like, it just didn't make any sense. It was not making sense to me. That's not really what Barry was about, but you know what I'm saying. But that was just a great argument, and I really did love that scene. Like, again, kudos to Barry and Iris. So the B plot of the story was, even though it was called Snowpack, it was very much the B plot. Caitlin's mother got, Caitlin and herself again, Caitlin and her mother both got kidnapped by Caitlin's father, Icicle, and they got knocked out. I mean, it isn't an episode until Caitlin/Killer Frost gets knocked on her butt. And Barry was helping Caitlin deal with that kidnapping, and he basically wanted to turn the mother into a meta too. Now, a few things I have an issue with that story. We see Caitlin get meta-cuffed by her father, but we've been told many times that Caitlin Killer Frost is not a metahuman, so why are dampening meta-cuffs working on Caitlin? That I don't understand. Also, we saw that Grace got kidnapped. Little Grace got kidnapped by Big Grace, and it was a crime scene. So Joe and Barry went to the crime scene. Barry's a CSI, Joe is a detective. For some reason, Caitlin was there. I don't know why. Why is Caitlin at a crime scene? She does not have special privileges from the CCPD. They said what was on the chart, and she read what was on the chart. Any doctor or nurse at that hospital could have told Joe and Barry what was on the chart. Joe and Barry could have read what was on the chart. Pointless to have Caitlin there. But anyway, okay. So they get kidnapped. The Icicle wants to have a family, a Snowpack family, hence the title of the episode, and he wants to change the mother into a metahuman. Killer Frost and Icicle have a fight, and Icicle knocks Caitlin with a ice dagger. How is this penetrating her? How is this hurting her? I don't really understand that. And right before he kills her, the father, Icicle's regular side, Thomas, takes over and for good and stops that killing from happening. So and then Barry rescues the mother. Cicada 2 shows up, knocks out Barry. And so Killer Frost and Cicada 2 have a fight, and Killer Frost loses, and the father steps in before she dies, and Icicle/Thomas dies, protecting Caitlin. And before he dies, he says, you know, family is family. You don't give up on family. And then that makes Barry realize that he was mistaken, and his mistake and what he did with his family, with Iris and Nora. So basically the whole point of the Snowpack plot was to get Barry and Iris to resolve their issues. Okay. I love that karma. And when Iris goes to the future with Ralph, with the help of Ralph, she sees Thawne manipulating Nora. Thawne has a sneaky smirk on his face, and he teaches Nora how to use the negative speed force. We are finally in season 5 getting a reference to the negative speed force, and Nora gets so upset, and she sees all the bad things that have happened to her in this past year, and she's very upset that Barry did this to her. So she's able to access the negative speed force, and she kind of turns into a reverse XS. At the end of the episode, we see, of course, Barry and Iris make up. Sherlock, who I don't understand what the point of him. He's like, oh, I believe your decision was correct. We can't trust her. I'm like, what do you mean we? You just joined this team. Who the hell are you? How could you do this? But through his journey and staying, because he was going to go back home and helping with Caitlin and all of that, Ralph tells him, you know, you're part of the family. Okay, yeah, sure. When Iris was mad at Barry, she was writing him a note. She spent the night at Joe's house, and, you know, Ralph was there with Cecile, and they were all in her business. That was a little bit awkward, weird scene. But yes, Barry and Iris do make up. They say, you know, Iris tells Barry, I did the same thing I was mad at you about just going into the future without consulting you, and I get why you were upset, but I'm seeing something when Thawne talks to Nora. I think he's caring about her, and that's a little weird. And Barry says, you know, he was wrong, and they basically kiss. They actually have a real kiss. It's been a drought. We haven't seen West Island like a romantic couple since finding out they are parents. Not that I'm saying I want this whole show to be romance, please. I know this, you know, that's not what everyone wants, and that's not what I want. But I think that's what made The Flash so good, is it was able to balance the action, the drama, and the romance very well. And they've been lacking a little bit in the action and drama. The action hasn't really been what I'm used to. It's been very lackluster. You guys know how I felt. You can see my previous videos. But these last 2 episodes, I'm seeing like a return. I don't know who's writing, but I'm seeing maybe a small hint that we're getting back to it was making The Flash great again. I'm still very much on the fence, and I still don't trust it. But yes, the heart of the show, Barry and Iris did make up. They, you know, said something great like, you know, family is family. Barry's like, I can't do this without you. All that good stuff. And at the end, we see the reverse XS, reverse Nora. Her eyes are bright red, like reverse Flash, like Thawne does when he's in speedster mode. We did get to see Barry phase and throw lightning at the same time for a brief moment. That was really cool. So, I mean, I really enjoyed the main part of this episode. The Caitlin Snow family drama, you guys know how I felt about Caitlin. It's like, I'd rather trade her for anybody, for Icon and Rocket, for Animal Man, for the Question, anybody. I think she has lived her purpose. Cisco wasn't in this episode. Again, this cast is way too packed, and when one person is missing from the episode, you really don't miss them. You really don't even notice. Apparently Cisco I spent the whole time talking to Breacher, trying to find a way to find Cicada too. The villain is laughable, but I mean, those are the issues that I've had. But I mean, there's a little bit of stuff here when it's not like really Cicada focused, and I don't know. It was much better than what we've been given for season 5 so far. So if I had to rate this episode, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I really did enjoy the episode. There were some things that, like I said, I really didn't enjoy, which I talked about, that didn't really make sense. That's not really still fitting with the show. But the acting on this episode between our 2 leads, Grant and Candace, phenomenal. What did you guys think? I can't wait to discuss with you. As always, until next time, I'm out of here. Big Girl Geek out. Peace. Hey, where are you going? You just watched a cool video. Subscribe.